Hi friends, welcome back to a new session. In the last session, we started a DC machines, nothing but chapter number 4 we started, and we discussed a simple loop diagram of a DC generator. Can you please tell me what was the conclusion in a previous video? In a DC generator, because of generator action, type of EMF induced in armature winding is AC. Though in armature winding EMF induced is AC, so commutator converts AC to DC and DC supply is given to load through brushes. Therefore, in DC generator, commutator acts as mechanically rotating rectifier. And one more thing I told, in a DC machine, that statement is applicable to DC generator as well as for DC motor also. In DC machine, always you have to place armature winding on the rotor, field winding in the stator, otherwise commutation action will fail. That is important thing I told. Okay, now see, in this session we are going to discuss simple loop diagram of DC motor. Okay, so see guys, DC motor, what that name itself indicates. DC means what? We are giving DC supply to the motor. That's the meaning. DC motor means we are going to give DC supply to the motor. See, let us assume that here I had given DC supply, so plus minus, and I already explained in the previous video. So let us assume that something but AB is a conductor, CD is a conductor. ABCD I can take it as a ABCD I can take it as a coil, and here brush B1 is a brush, B2 is a brush, and here this portion can be taken as split rings, or I can say commutator segments, or group of commutator segments can be called as commutator. In a synchronous machine, we were using slip rings or collector rings, whereas in DC machine, we will be using split rings or commutator segments, or a group of commutator segments can be called as commutator. Here I have taken only two segments, X segment, Y segment. Okay, so like this, so many segments will be there separated by mica insulation. This is nothing but X segment, Y segment separated by mica insulation. Okay, see guys, this AB is nothing but a conductor, CD is nothing but a conductor. I told you in a practical generator, a conductor can be called as armature winding. That means indirectly we are placing armature winding on the rotor. You know, DC machine always you have to place armature winding on the rotor only, otherwise commutation action will not happen. Okay, and let us assume that we are having field winding is placed on the stator. I am not showing field winding in this figure, just like previous video also. I am not showing field winding. I am not showing you field winding which is placed on the stator here. Let us assume that field poles are there. The field poles are attached to the stator. On these field poles, we were having field winding. To the field winding, I had given DC supply. Let us assume that we had given DC supply for the field winding. So, giving DC supply to the field winding and creating magnetic field is called excitation. That means excitation was created. So, flux lines are going from north pole surface towards the south pole surface. So, you know this. I am taking this as north pole and I have taken this one as south pole. And the north pole surface means this portion. I can take this portion as north pole surface. And what about this portion? This is about south pole surface. South pole surface. As I told you, what is the property of flux lines? Always flux lines starts from north pole surface, it reaches south pole surface. Okay, so it starts from north pole surface, it reaches towards the south pole surface like this. Okay, and let me show some more flux lines. North pole surface started, it reaches south pole surface like this. Okay, and I told you we have DC motor means we have to give DC supply to the motor. So plus minus, I just shown plus minus. Okay, and what is the property? Always current flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. So this is the direction of current. It starts from positive terminal. It enters at a B1 brush. You know, B1 brush is connected to AB conductor. So in AB, current is going from A to B, and in CD, current is flowing from C to D, and it is connected to CD conductor is connected to brush B2. So current completes path like this. Is it clear guys? Now, very simple question I am asking here. Just like if you watch, if you saw previous video, then definitely you will get answer for this question. So before asking this question, let me show AB is a conductor. Let me show AB conductor here. It's nothing but AB conductor. And let me show CD conductor once again here. Yes, CD conductor. And you know ABCD is nothing but is a coil. ABCD is a coil. And let me show flux lines which are going from north pole to south pole here in this manner. Yes, this is nothing but flux lines going from north pole to south pole. And tell me, so because of motor action, what is the principle of motor action? when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences force or torque. Now tell me, the force experienced because of motor action is given by which rule? Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. In Fleming's left hand rule, everybody knows that in Fleming's left hand rule, this center finger means what? When a current carrying conductor and forefinger placed in a magnetic field, it experiences force or torque. That means center finger means direction of current, forefinger means direction of magnetic field, thumb means direction of force experienced because of motor action. So for knowing the direction of force experienced because of motor action, nothing but for knowing the direction of thumb, you should know the direction of forefinger and the direction of center finger. Forefinger means what? Direction of magnetic field. All this green color arrow mark, nothing but direction of I can say magnetic field. And for knowing the direction of this thumb, you should know the direction of center finger. Means what? Direction of current you should know. That means in AB, tell me, is it a cross or dot? You know, simply in AB I told it's from A to B, but you don't know that is A to B is a cross or dot. You are not able to say. Very simple. For that I told, let me take this small thing for understanding this one. See, AB, yes, AB is a conductor. CD is a conductor. So AB, CD is a coil. So practically guys, don't expect that ABCD will be like this. Okay, it will be like this, like in this manner. See guys, if I show like this, you cannot able to see the indication A, B, C, D which I wrote. Okay, please try to assume that here A is there, B is there, C is there, D is there. AB is a connector here this side and CD is this side. Okay, your ABCD coil is like this in this manner. Okay, now tell me guys, this figure only I am just taking like this. This figure only, instead of showing like this, let me show like this. Now tell me, in AB this arrow mark, whatever I wrote, whatever I just indicate this arrow mark upward, here means upward. But if you take this coil and if you show like this, it is going from A to B, no? This is A, this is B, A to B. A to B means it is going from A to B means it is going into the board, no? Into the board. Into the board means what? Cross or dot? Cross. So tell me, what is the brush which is corresponding to AB conductor? B1. Let me show cross here. Simple. And tell me, what about the CD? It is from C to D. But practically I told you, coil will not be like this. Coil will be like this. Three-dimensionally, I cannot. It should be like this. Okay. C to D. C to D means if I show like this, it is from C to D, right? C to D. It is from C to D. Suppose if I show coil like this, C to D means it is coming like this. It is coming from the board. It is coming towards you. Coming from the board means what? Dot or cross? It should be dot. So tell me, what is the brush corresponding to CD conductor B2? Let me show here dot. That's it. So let me show dot here. And I told B1 means cross. Let me show at AB. B1 means it is related to AB conductor. Direction of current in AB conductor is nothing but cross. Yes, I just wrote here. Direction of current in CD conductor is nothing but dot. I just showed here. That's it. Now simply apply Fleming's left hand rule and tell me direction of force experienced at AB and CD conductors. So please tell me guys. So let me apply Fleming's left hand rule at AB. It's a cross. Cross means what? Entering into the board. So in Fleming's left hand rule, center finger means direction of current into the board. Cross means into the board. When a current carrying conductor into the board, placed in a magnetic field. This forefinger indicates what? Direction of magnetic field. Direction of this green color arrow mark. It experiences force. Tell me, direction of force is downwards or upwards? It is downwards. Downwards. This thumb means direction of force experience. It is downwards. So please let me show direction of force experienced because of motor action is in a downward direction at AB conductor. Similarly at CD, direction of current dot means coming from the board. You have to show dot, your center finger like this. Coming from the board, no? If it is into the board, you have to show like this. It is coming from the board, you have to show like this. Okay. This center finger should be out of the board. Placed in a magnetic field. If forefinger is direction of this green color, it experiences force upwards. Direction of force experienced because of motor action is what? Upwards. Now tell me guys, for having tangential motion at CD upwards, for having tangential motion at AB downwards, tell me what might be the torque which is produced because of motor action. It should be anti-clockwise direction. See guys, if it is this electromagnetic torque which is because of motor action, it should be in anti-clockwise direction only. Then only I'll get at CD tangential motion upwards. Then only I'll get at AB tangential motion downwards. If you want, you can check. See, anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. CD upwards, at AB downwards. Suppose if you take clockwise, that is wrong, because if you take clockwise, tangential motion CD will be downwards. But it is not correct. No. At AB it is upwards, but it is not correct. So tangential motion. If you want tangential motion upwards at CD conductor, if you want tangential motion downwards at AB conductor, direction of electromagnetic torque which is produced because of motor action should be in anti-clockwise direction. Yes, I just showed here. Is it clear? Right. Now guys, as I told you in previous discussion, I told in a DC generator, not only DC generator, it is applicable for alternator also. In generator, motor action will take place. What is the input torque your motor generator action? Prime motor torque. In generator, motor action will take place. Because of motor action, electromagnetic was produced. Whenever electromagnetic opposes prime motor torque, then only mechanical energy will be converted to electrical energy. This thing I already explained in previous video. Similarly, in a DC motor also, in a DC motor, generator action will take place. Because of generator action, back EMF EB will produce. That back EMF opposes DC voltage. See plus minus means what? It's nothing but VDC. I can take it as a V value, V voltage. I can take it as supply. DC voltage means I can take it as V. So this V is nothing but input voltage to your DC motor. In a DC motor, generator action will take place. Because of generator action, back EMF will produce. Whenever back EMF opposes supply voltage, in the meanwhile, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy in DC motor. These 2 points are very important, guys. I think I told one point in previous video. What is that? In a DC generator, what is the input torque? Prime motor torque. In a DC generator, motor action will take place. Because of motor action, electromagnetic will come into picture. Direction of electromagnetic torque and prime motor torque is opposite. Whenever electromagnetic opposes prime motor torque, then mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. Similarly, in DC motor, this input voltage is about V voltage, is about DC voltage. In a DC motor also, generator action will come into picture. Because of generator action, back EMF will produce. Whenever back EMF opposes supply voltage, in the meanwhile, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. Is it okay? Now, this is the case for this thing. See, I got electromagnetic torque. We don't have any prime mover torque concept in DC motor. Right? TPM will come only in a generator. So I got electromagnetic torque in anti-clockwise direction. Is it clear? Now anti-clockwise direction means, yes, if you see this one, this is what I can say A, B, C, D conductor. Okay, since I taken only 2 conductors here, A, B, C, D, anti-clock, yes, anti-clock. This means clock, anti-clock means it will be like this. Okay, so C, D will come upside and A, B is going downside. Next after 180 degrees, C, D will come this side. See, C, D, C, D. BA, that's it. Okay, is it clear, guys? Now, whenever electromagnetic is anti-clockwise direction, so this CD is coming this side, AB is going this side now. Now, since DC supply is given to DC motor, so polarities are fixed, so it won't change. So here polarities will be plus minus once again. So once again, guys, tell me, a current always flows from plus to minus. It enters at B1. Yes. In a DC, in a CD connector, current is flowing from D to C, and in AB, current is flowing from B to A. AB conductor is connected to B2 brush. It completes path like this. Before showing this arrow marks, before showing this current arrow mark, you should draw direction of flux lines also. I told you. Always DC excitation is given to the field winding, so always flux lines goes from north pole surface, it reaches south pole surface like this. From north pole surface, flux lines will go to south pole surface. From north pole surface, flux lines will go to south pole surface. From north pole surface, flux lines will go to south pole surface like this. Is it clear? Now tell me, guys. Now ultimately tell me what is the direction of current in a CD conductor? It is upwards. What is the direction of current in AB? It is downwards. Don't say upwards and downwards, okay? Because direction of current, if I am asking you, you should tell, is it a cross or dot? In terms of cross and dot only you should say, okay? So for that, what I am saying is, instead of showing, see this AB, CD, no? here CD will be here, BA will be like this, okay. In CD conductor, this side I am saying, this is the CD conductor, this is the AB conductor. In CD, so instead of showing like this, please show like this, okay. Here D to C current is flowing. Here is C, D to C current is going. D to C means what? D to C means like the arrow mark should be like this. It is going into the board. Means what you have to show cross or dot? You should show cross. So tell me what is the brush correspond to CD conductor B1. You should show cross here. Similarly, AB current is this side. Here B is there. Here A is there. So here from B to A current is flowing. From B to A current is flowing. Don't say current means upwards downwards. B to A means B to A like this. B to A means it is coming from the board. It is coming towards you. From the board towards you. See, B to A arrow mark is like this. Coming from the board towards you. Towards you means what? Coming from the board towards you means it should be dot. So AB related brush is nothing but B2 only. Let me show dot at B2. Okay. So I got brush direction of current at B1 and B2. At B1 I got cross and at B2 I got dot. Now once again let me repeat this thing whatever I told previously. Yes, here is CD conductor now, and here it is a AB conductor. ABCD is a coil. Okay. Now direction of flux lines from north pole to south pole, flux lines are going like this. Is it clear? Now at CD I say direction of current. CD means CD related brush, which one? B1. It is cross. At AB direction of current means AB related brush B2 dot. So once again apply Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. Tell me guys, let me apply Fleming's left hand rule at CD. When a current carrying conductor, center finger into the board, cross means into the board, placed in a magnetic field, green color, it experiences force downwards. Force due to motor action downwards. Once again here at AB conductor, when a current carrying conductor, dot no, out of the board, center finger should be outward, center finger should be out of the board. So when a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, forefinger means the rest of this green color, experience force upwards. This is what I can say direction of force experienced because of motor action. See, same thing. See, downward, upward, downward, upward. See here, if it is downward, upward, direction of electromagnetic, I told here anti-clockwise. Here also what? Anti-clockwise. If you want, you can check. If you take anti-clockwise direction only, then only at AB it is upwards, tangential motion. At CD, tangential motion downwards. So now tell me guys, so which type of torque we get in a DC motor? Initially it is the anti-clockwise direction. Now also it is an anti-clockwise direction. Means torque produced in a DC motor is unidirectional. Means in only one direction. Here it is anti-clock. There also anti-clock. So definitely always because of DC motor, because of motor action, we need unidirectional torque only. Torque should be produced in one direction only. Suppose if torque is bidirectional, average torque becomes zero. Example, if you see here anti-clock, okay, instead of getting here anti-clock, if you get clock here, anti-clock, clock, average torque becomes zero, motor will not start. So always we need which type of torque because of motor action? Unidirectional torque. Yes, I got unidirectional torque only. Is it clear? So before that, now let me draw some waveforms here. So tell me, first of all, let me draw IL. IL means what here? Don't confuse. In previous video, in DC generator point of view, while I was discussing about this generator, IL means I told load current. But here IL means what? Line current. In motor point of view, IL means line current. Generator point of view, IL means load current. Okay. So which type of supply you are giving to DC motor? DC supply. So if it is a pure DC, it will be like this. Suppose it is pulsating DC, it will be like this. Okay. So pure DC means it will be like this. Pulsating DC means it will be like this. Okay, depending on the availability of the DC supply you are having. Okay, let us assume that in this case it's a pure DC supply is there. Yes, pure DC supply. Now tell me guys, initially at AB conductor, how current is flowing? I am just going to draw armature current waveform. For that example, I had taken AB conductor. You can take any one. You can take AB conductor or you can take a CD conductor also. I have taken AB conductor here. Initially in AB conductor current is flowing from A to B. Yes, A to B. A to B means I'll assume it as like this, A to B. I'll take it as like this. Next, see guys, next after 180 degrees, how current is flowing in AB conductor? B to A. B to A means what? It should be in negative cycle. B to A should be, B to A means I should represent like this. Okay, right. Now guys, let me conclude here. What is the line current waveform shape in DC motor? DC supply. Okay, and which type of supply you got in the armature winding? Nothing but armature current waveform, AC. Tell me how it's happening. Though we are giving DC supply, this DC is converting into AC, then AC is entering into the armature winding. Okay, so tell me who is converting DC supply to AC? Nothing but commutator segments or commutator, or I can say split rings. Split rings. Is it clear? So please, what is the function of a commutator in DC motor? It converts what? DC supply to AC, and that AC is given to armature winding. Is it clear? So let me draw that sequence also guys. First of all, supply is there. Tell me which type of supply we have to give for a DC motor. We should give DC supply. That is okay. Now from supply is going to armature winding through what? Brushes and the split rings. No. From after supply, I need to write here brushes. Brushes. Right. Tell me which type of supply you will get at the brushes? DC supply only. If I arrive out, you can check at B1 brush cross. In this case, here also cross. Polarities are fixed. They are not changed. Means what? DC supply only we are getting at the brush. B2 dot. Here also B2 dot. Okay. So I got DC supply at the brushes. Next guys, from after brushes, supply will go to armature winding through split rings or commutator segments or a commutator. Let me write here. Split rings. Split rings or commutator segments. Commutator segments. Group of commutator segments can be called as commutator. Everybody knows that. So what is the function of commutator here? Converts DC supply to AC, and that AC is given to whom here? That AC is given to armature winding. So which type of supply you are getting at the armature winding? AC. AC. Okay. So please note on this point. After writing all those things, let me give one point. Let me give a function of a commutator in a DC motor. Okay. Note on. In DC motor, commutator acts as, in DC motor, commutator acts as mechanically rotating inverter. Mechanically rotating inverter, because it converts DC supply to AC. It converts DC supply to AC, and AC is given to armature winding. And AC is given to armature winding. Okay, right. Next guys, let me give one more note. Can you please tell me, suppose for having unidirectional torque in a motor, which type of torque you will get? Always I need unidirectional torque. Torque should be in only one direction, maybe anti-clock or maybe clock, depending on the application. I need torque only in one direction, maybe anti-clock or maybe clock, but any one should be there. Example, if you take anti-clock here also anti-clockwise direction, so unidirectional torque will produce. Suppose if it is clock, here also clock, so once again unidirectional torque. Always we need unidirectional torque. We don't want bidirectional torque like here anti-clock, here clock, like that situation we don't want. See, if you want unidirectional torque like this, what's the condition? Current entering into the armature winding should be AC. Whenever current entering into the armature winding is AC, then unidirectional torque will produce. Okay, suppose if current entering into the armature winding is not AC, if it is DC, then instead of unidirectional torque, we will get a bidirectional torque. If you are having doubt, you can check. See, very simple, guys. Suppose AB previously it is cross, no? Now here AB dot. That means cross is changed to dot means what? AC supply entered to the armature winding. Suppose you can take CD connector also. CD initially is dot. Now it is what? Cross. Dot is changed to cross. Once again AC supply entered to the armature winding. Suppose instead of AC supply, let us assume that. See, we are given DC supply right here. To this DC supply we are given to the motor. So this DC supply is converted into AC supply by using a commutation. By using commutation, by using commutator, it converts DC to AC, and AC is given to armature winding. Suppose commutation action fails. That means DC supply is not converted into AC supply. That means in armature winding now current entered is DC. Let us assume that current entered in the armature winding is DC. Now tell me what will happen. So you can check clearly. I'll tell you once again. I'm just giving time to you. Please tell me, instead of current entering the armature winding is AC, suppose current entering the armature winding is DC, tell me what will happen. Which type of torque we will get? Very simple question I'm asking. See, very simple. Suppose CD dot, no, this dot is changed to cross, means AC supply, this dot is changed to cross by using commutation action. Suppose if dot is not changed, let us assume that cross, dot is not changed to cross, dot still it is dot only, let us assume that. Now initially in AB connector cross is there, now also cross. Now tell me what will happen at that time. If you apply Fleming's left hand rule, you can check. When at CD first check, let me check at CD connector. When a current carrying connector out of the board, placed in a magnetic field, experience force upwards. Force due to motor action is upwards. Now what about here? When a current carrying into the board, placed in a magnetic field, this is green color. Okay, center finger means cross into the board, forefinger means in the direction of this green color, experience force downwards. Tell me guys. What you got? You got tangential motion at the CD upwards, you got tangential motion at AB downwards. For that, what might be the direction of electromagnetic torque? Is it anti-clockwise or clockwise? It's a clockwise. See, clockwise. Then only at AB it will be, you will get downward direction. At CD you will get upward direction. That means you will get here TM. Which direction? Clockwise direction, which is not desirable. Why? Here previously it is anti-clockwise. Instead of anti-clock, if you are getting clockwise direction, anti-clock, clock. So what will happen to average torque becomes 0. Motor will not start. Therefore, what's the conclusion? We don't want here anti-electromagnetic torque in a clockwise direction. If it is anti-clock, it should be anti-clock. If it is clock, we should here also we should clockwise direction only. Here I have taken anti-clockwise. It should be anti-clockwise direction. That means I don't want this arrow mark. I don't want this type of arrow mark. It should be downwards. For that, CD should not be dot. It should be cross. So here also I don't want this type of arrow mark. Okay. I need for that direction of current in the AB should not be cross. It should be dot. See, previously at AB cross. Now it is changed to dot. Previously in CD it is dot, now it is changed to cross. That means what? So cross is changed to dot, dot is changed to cross, means current entering into the armature winding is AC. So obviously unidirectional torque will produce. Is it clear? So always we need unidirectional torque. For that, current entering into armature winding should be AC. Please note on that point also. Okay. This statement is applicable not only for DC motor, for any motor. Okay. First of all, since we are discussing about DC motor, let me use that word. Yeah, in DC motor, for producing unidirectional torque, current entering into the armature winding should be what? AC. Current entering into the armature winding should be AC. Okay. And I think I told one more thing also. in previous video also I explained. Let me repeat that statement here also, guys. Tell me, I told in a DC machine where you have to place armature winding, guys. Suppose you are having a stator portion is there and a rotor portion is there, and you are having armature winding, field winding is there. So to this rotor, I told you in the last video also, so commutator will be connected because it's a rotating part, whereas brushes are fixed. Okay, what is the function of commutator? It converts DC supply to AC, and that AC should be given to whom? Armature winding. So what is the function of commutator? It converts DC supply to AC, and then that AC supply is given to armature winding. That means commutator is having some function with the armature winding. Since the commutator is connected to rotor, you have to place armature winding also on the rotor. Field winding should be placed on the stator. It means just like DC generator, in DC motor also, armature winding should be placed on the rotor, field winding should be placed on the stator. Otherwise, commutation actually will fail. Means DC to AC conversion will not happen. Please note on that point. In a DC motor, see guys, this statement applicable for DC motor as well as for DC generator also. If you want, you can use one a generalized statement in DC machine, no problem. In a DC motor or in DC machine, in a DC motor, armature winding should be placed on the rotor. Armature winding should be placed on the rotor. Field winding should be placed on the stator. Field winding should be placed on the stator. Otherwise, commutation action will fail. Otherwise, commutation action will fail. Is it clear? Okay. Please try to draw all those things. Okay. Right. Thank you.